It is time for here at Iowa Speedway, the 8/10 of a mile short track for the K&N Pro Shootout weekend. This is part 1. This is called the last shot race, where we will round out the 37 entries of the K&N Pro Shootout. 32 are so far in it, and this is 25 laps. The top 5 finishers go on to the shootout. That said, let's take a look at our starting grid. Is on the pole, representing the East, an all-East front row. Is on the pole, qualifying at 147.121 miles per hour, is the number 15 Fisher Snowplows Buick of Hayden Klein. And alongside Hayden will be the number 58 Pontiac. That is Chris Warner, excuse me. And he's also representing the East. Second row going away, spot number 3 is the number 20 Gladbags Olds of another Easterner in Gabriel Navarrete. And alongside Gabriel will be another Olds in the Garners, Preservatives, and Jellies. 33 of our fastest Western racer, Hunter CARLSON. Third row going away, spot number 5 will be the number 2 Kroger Pepsi Pontiac of another Eastern racer in Samet Ozkan. Alongside Samet will be the 2-time winner and our winner in our last event at Nazareth in the 64 Sunbird Boats, Pontiac Hillary Moore, also representing the East. Then another pair of Easterners will be in row number 4. Going away, spot number 7 will be the number 66 Banquet Foods Chevy of Christian Johns, and the number 73 Ultra Slim Fast Olds, that's Jake Smith. Then we go to an all-Western row 5 as the number 28 Texaco Haviland Buick of Ayumi Takahashi will be on the inside, and alongside Ayumi will be the number 68 Pontiac of Jack Rasmussen. Row 6 will be another pair of Westerners in the number 72 Detroit Gasket Olds of JAYLAH Stamper and the 08 Buick of Amanda ALDERMAN-SCOTT. Following them will be another pair of Westerners. It'll be all Johnsons as the number 10 TRW Pontiac of Jake Johnson. Alongside Jake will be the number 45 Pontiac of Josh Johnson. Then we'll continue with the Westerners. The number 55 Jasper Engines Ford of Russ BATSON will be alongside the Active Trucking number 32 Chevy of Racer DSM Domindu Mikaguate. Then we'll go back to another Easterner, the number 93 Racing Collectibles Club Pontiac, that's Kim Alderman Armstrong, and the number 95 Texaco Chevy of Matthew Rodriguez representing the West. Then we'll have another East-West matchup as the number 34 Buick of Lauren Razor representing the East takes alongside the number 97 Budweiser Baby Ruth Ford of Western racer Cole Bradley. Then we'll go back to another pair of Eastern racers, the 03 Team USA Olds of came so close to winning at Richmond, Trevor Reinhardt will be alongside the number 62 Chevy of Billy Wheeler. We continue with the Eastern theme as the number 67 Alka-Seltzer Pontiac of Tony Griggs will be alongside the number 23 Spitfire Spark Plugs Olds of Zohar Munid. Then in row number 13 will be the number 41 Kellogg's Cornflake Chevy of Western racer Derek Walker. This is an all-Western row. And the number 39 Pedigree Chevy of Abby Alderman-Ginter. And rounding out the field will be the 49 Ameritron Battery Chevy of Todd Butler from the West. And in the East, and representing the West, the number 75...
Drivers, start your engines!
As there's the command, rounding out the field will be the number 75 Valvoline Pontiac of Hiroshi Takashi, also representing the West. That's your starting grid here. 25 laps of the K&N Pro last shot race. Top 5 go on to the shootout, where it'll be 50 laps of racing. And bragging rights, which division will have the best? As unlike the Winston and the Busch All-Stars, we don't determine them by winners, we determine them by points, and everybody is eligible. More drivers are eligible, it's a bigger race. Hayden Klein, who had a good season 2 of the Casualty DX Cup when he won the Coca-Cola 600, is now going to be on the inside of Chris Warner in his Pontiac. As they come out of the fourth turn, the green flag in this D-shaped oval. Should be some crazy racing as Hayden Klein will lead. Gabriel Navarrete's going to go into second. You've got Hunter CARLSON, the Western racer, up on the high side. Christian Johns, Ayumi Takahashi now making a move in there. wide, and we're in trouble, and we got ourselves a big wreck to start things off. Hunter Carlson, Cole Bradley, Billy Wheeler, Christian Johns. Not the way you want to start things off. Looked like Hillary Moore was involved there. That was ugly. Let's take a look at that again. Here's how it all came about. This was not a way you want to start this race off. You see Hillary Moore right behind Hunter Carlson pushing. Christian Johns on the inside. They go 3 wide going into turn 3. And Ayumi Takashi tried to take a piece of it too much, and it actually caused Christian Johns to go up high, goes into Hillary Moore, hard into the wall, and gets T-boned way up in the air, and come back right onto Billy Wheeler, Zohar Munud, Domindu Migagwate, Hiroshi Takashi looked like got something called Bradley. That was scary. Tony Griggs, Abby Alderman-GINTER checked up considerably, raced back to the line. I do believe was won by Chris Warner. Yep. That was ugly. I think that warrants a on-board shot from I think that deserves an on-board shot from Christian Johns, because that was scary. As it literally became 4 wide in that situation as well. That's an interesting to point out. Let's take a look. We saw a lot of the nighttime sky, and that's not what you want to see when you're driving one of these things. Let's take a look at it as well on Billy Wheeler's onboard. Right on top of him. You know it's not good when you have a car coming right at you and you have nowhere to go and it's going to land right on your head. Now after that wreck, we start things off. Here's where we stand. It is Chris Warner leading, Gabriel Navarrete second, Hayden Klein third, Sabet Ozkan fourth. So top 4 are all Eastern racers, and Ayumi Takashi and JAYLAH Stamper are both Western racers, are 5th and 6th. Then another Eastern racer in Jake Smith, another Western racer in Jack Rasmussen, another Western racer in Jake Johnson, and Russ Batson, another Western racer, rounds out the top 10. Right now the 5th spot, the hot seat, is Ayumi Takashi. Then 11th on down to 20th, it will be Amanda Alderman-Scott, a Western racer. Then Josh Johnson representing the West, Kim Alderman-Armstrong representing the East, Lauren Razor representing the East, Trevor Reinhardt representing the East, Derek Walker representing the West, Todd Butler representing East, Matthew Rodriguez representing West, Hiroshi Takashi representing West, Tony Griggs representing East, Abby Alderman-GINTER representing West, Zohar Munud representing East, and then your DNFs will be out of this one. Hillary Moore, Cole Bradley, Domindu Migagwate, Billy Wheeler, Christian Johns, and Hunter Carlson. So that's where we stand. I do believe we'll be back to green flag this time by. Let's take a look. See if the caution lights will go out. Still got a long way to go. Yep, we'll be back to green flag racing. It'll be lap number 6 of 25. 20 laps to go here in the last shot race. Kyle Navarrete makes a move right to the inside of Warner, and now Hayden Klein's going to take the number 1 spot. Now Samet Ozkan's going to get into it. Same with the number 28 of Ayumi Takashi. There's JAYLAH Stamper. Now the Western Racers starting to dive into the battle and make it a good head-to-head battle. Ozkan leads. Takashi will take the number 2 spot. Now take number 1 with the help of JAYLAH Stamper. So now Western Racers helping each other out. The 5th spot right now is The 5th spot right now is Jake Johnson. Takes it from Jake Smith. Now Russ Batson gets into the 6th spot. As we have 9 laps into the books, as JAYLAH Stamper leads. Here comes Hayden Klein. Here comes now Jake Johnson making a move. Now we're really starting to get into it. They're really starting to spread out. There's Jack Rasmussen up on the high side. Trevor Reinhardt goes in between him and Jake Smith. And Hayden Klein will take the number 1 spot back from JAYLAH Stamper. Now Russ Batson is going to represent the West into the mix, into the game. As it's still Hayden Klein leading. Russ Batson now is in 2nd. We still got about roughly 10 laps to go, still more than 10 laps. As Hayden Klein currently holds on to the driver's seat. Chris Warner's now is in 3rd, excuse me. But now Josh Johnson is now got himself at the 4th. Trevor Reinhardt now got the top 5 spot, but not for long. Here comes Derek Walker. Walker now gets into it. Now that top 5 spot you want to be in, that's the spot that you want to get to the show. Klein has a good commanding lead, which is good. Reinhardt now holds on to the 5th spot, battling with Derek Walker. We're going to be focusing on that more than anything else. Now Josh Johnson now going to move the inside of Russ Batson. A couple of the Western Racers doing battle. Right now there's 3 Eastern Racers and 4 Western Racers, 2 Western Racers in the top 5. Those are the guys that get into the big show. As now here comes Samet Ozkan going inside of Kim Alderman-Armstrong, and Jake Smith right now is in the 6th spot. Here comes Todd Butler, another Eastern Racer going inside of Ozkan. He'll get the number 7 spot now. And now Reinhardt's to the inside of Josh Johnson and Chris Warner. He'll go to the number 3 spot, which puts now Josh Johnson in the hot seat, as here comes Jake Smith. Jake in the Ultra Slim Fast Olds now diving in. This time by it'll be 8 laps to go, and Jake Smith is in the catbirds, is in the hot seat. Reinhardt now up high. Chris Warner now on the inside. Russ Batson right now the lone Westerner in the field. Josh Johnson wants to make that not be the case. Trevor Reinhardt goes to the inside. Now we're going to go 4 wide, almost 4 wide. We got lucky there. Josh Johnson, Jake Smith got lucky. Now we're going 3 wide yet again. Russ Batson on the high side. Seven laps to go. And still Hayden Klein running away with this one. Todd Butler's 2nd. Josh Johnson's 3rd. Trevor Reinhardt's 4th, and Russ Batson's going to be challenged for 5th. A 5th place battle now going into a 4th place battle. Kim Alderman-Armstrong representing the East is diving in. Ayumi Takashi, another Westerner, is diving in. Chris Warner still there. As Hayden Klein is liking everything from here. Reinhardt now goes into it. Kim Alderman-Armstrong is now 3rd. Ayumi Takashi, Russ Batson goes up high. That got close. 5 laps to go here in the blast shot race. As Ayumi Takashi right now in the hot seat is here comes JAYLAH Stamper. She would like to join Jeffrey Stamper in the hot shot in the K&N Pro Shootout. Lauren Razor, whoa! What a saving job by Tony Griggs. Got sent off into the grass, and now we got ourselves a wreck. Just when he got him, Russ Batson, Hiroshi Takashi, Jake Smith, I think the race back to the line. Hayden Klein's going to get it. I think this race is over, so Hayden Klein, Trevor Reinhardt, Kim Alderman-Armstrong, Ayumi Takashi, and JAYLAH Stamper will be your top 5. That will be the race, as there's still 3 laps to go, as Hiroshi Takashi is toast. That'll do it. So we know our top 5. Hayden Klein, Kim Alderman-Armstrong, Trevor Reinhardt, Ayumi Takashi, and JAYLAH Stamper. But now let's go look at our replay to see what just happened. This is what happened. We got 4 wide up here as Russ Batson, Todd Butler, and Jack Rasmussen, and Tony Griggs. As Griggs goes up high, Rasmussen gives Tony a little bit of a shove, and Tony went right off into the grass. He tried to save that. He did. That took a heck of a driving job to stop that one. And he is going to get back into the racing groove as he was going right towards the pit road wall. Little bit of a tap. Yep, that was going to be costly. Jack Rasmussen, Russ Batson, Gabriel Navarrete got lucky. Jake Smith, who was looking so good, his day is done. And then Hiroshi Takashi goes right into Tony Griggs. Matthew Rodriguez and Zohar Mahmoud gets through as well. That was not pretty at all. Let's take a look at that on the board, on board, with Tony Griggs. How much driving that took. Goes right to Rasmussen, and one hit from Takashi, and it's over. Tough break for the Alka-Seltzer number 67 Pawnee. So that will obviously be the race, as we still got, you know, they'll be going around and they'll take the checkered flag. Hayden Klein, Kim Alderman-Armstrong, Trevor Reinhardt, Ayumi Takashi, and JAYLAH Stamper will all be going to the K&N Pro Shootout. Then it'll be Lauren Razor will be 6th. Josh Johnson, who was looking strong, will be 7th. Chris Warner, who was looking strong, will be 8th. Todd Butler and Gabriel Navarrete will round out the top 10. There'll be Samat Ozkan, Derek Walker, Jake Johnson, Amanda Alderman-Scott, Abby Alderman-Ginter, Russ Batson, Zohar Mahmoud, Matthew Rodriguez, and Jack Rasmussen will round out the cars that'll be there. Jake Smith will DNF. Same will be Tony Griggs, Hiroshi Takashi, Hillary Moore, Cole Bradley, Domingo Mikaguate, Billy Wheeler, Christian Johns, and Hunter CARLSON. So looking at our top 5, we've got Eastern, West, West. So 2 West and 3 East will all take part in the K&N Pro Shootout, along with the top 16 in both the points standings. Hayden Klein, who was actually in the top 16 going into Nazareth, lost that top 16 spot, but gets in through the last shot. So we'll take the checker flag here. So I'll turn it over to the big screen. Yep, but Jack Rasmussen actually will be DNF'd as he's out of fuel. That wreck totally destroyed him. And Hayden Klein, Kim Alderman-Armstrong, Trevor Reinhardt, Ayumi Takashi, and JAYLAH Stamper will take the passes, those final 5 tickets to the big dance that is the K&N Pro Shootout. As that will be coming up next, Hayden Klein, Kim Alderman-Armstrong, Trevor Reinhardt, Ayumi Takashi, and JAYLAH Stamper are going on. Next up, 50 lap K&N Pro Shootout, don't miss it.